Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, and I'm here with legit ginger Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
I can confirm, legit ginger.
Have been my whole life.
Yes, she is. Look at that beautiful red hair. And we're going to talk about the de-gingerification of Hollywood. That Hollywood is seemingly taking all of the gingers.
Yeah, this is pissing me off. I mean, at first I was like, honestly, I was like, it's fine, whatever. It was just here and there. It wasn't that big a deal. But now it's just getting ridiculous.
Hollywood is taking all the gingers and turning them into black people. They're race bending, and it's almost always gingers. That's what's weird about this situation, and we've covered it numerous times. It's not just about race bending. It's about always taking the ginger characters. It's become a running joke and turning them into black folks.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, no offense, but redhead does not equal black, nor does black equal redhead. I mean, they're not the same thing. And I'm getting really effing tired of it. It's like, bros, representation. What about my representation? What about my kids' representation? You know what? I mean, overall speaking, there's a very small percentage globally of redheads. And you know what? That just makes Hollywood instant effing foes, because there is such a thing as called gingerism and gingerphobia. They actually exist. Go look the terms up. They're real terms. So I guess that now they're anti-ginger over at Hollywood, so that makes them instant phobes, I guess.
Yeah. I guess what gets me about it is it has become a joke, and they're actually kind of dancing in the end zone every time they take down another ginger character.
You think they'd be more proud of taking down, other hair color people, because, there's way more of them. The number one hair color globally is black hair. Sorry, but it is. But they're going around like, why are they appropriating those characters? If they're going to insult people, why go after a smaller minority than they are? I'm sorry, but it's true, whether I have white skin or not. Plus, gingers aren't only white, by the way. The ginger overall, we have, genetically, we're different. And so we are our own, little thing. And you're, erasing us everywhere. For what?
Woke points?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
And you never make them anything else, but you're always making them black people. It's no offense to black people at all.
No,
I'm
not
just
at
saying,
all.
I don't understand it.
But it's become a joke, a running joke in Hollywood, and it seems like they're doing it at this point just to troll people. So we're going to talk about that in this video because, of course, we have another character, Cyclone, in the Shazam sequel, Black Adam. I guess it's a sequel or spin-off, Black Adam, a DC Comics character, traditionally a redhead, now a black non-binary person. We're going to talk about that. And before we do, please give us a sub. If you haven't subbed already, guys, we're at over 160,000. I lose track of how many subs we have. Over 160,000.
Yeah.
Hoping for 200,000 soon.
Woohoo! Sorry, I was so distracted by thinking the fact they do understand that there are non-binary gingers too, right? They understand that, correct?
No.
You could have hired a non-binary ginger person, or because all I have to do is put them in my bio, and that that automatically means that I should be able to be cast for whatever the hell I want to be cast for.
Just wear a ball cap.
There you go, and I can do whatever because I changed my pronouns to they and them. Yeah.
So, if you want to support a real ginger, go out to shopclownfish.com. We've only got a few days left on the pin pre-orders. Look at that beautiful cartoon ginger hair.
It's real though too.
With a brush, you can brush it.
It's not like I'm changing my hair color and saying I'm a redhead.
So check it out, shopclownfish.com. I'm going to put a link to that in the comments. So Geeky is pretty fired up about this. We're going to pull up some tweets regarding Cyclone in Black Adam. I almost said Shazam because I saw the logo.
Well, I mean, I didn't really get that upset before. I was like, I don't mind it here and there. It's no big deal. I mean, but it's getting ridiculous. It's getting downright ridiculous and insulting at this point.
Well, I think what gets me about this is it's not that it just happened again. It's that Twitter is giving themselves fist bumps. Yes, we took another ginger down.
You're not, okay, well, let me get this. Okay. That there is an instant-phobe associated with being anti-ginger. So you're being instant-phobe and you're celebrating you're being instant-phobe. You understand that, right? Because, just because we're gingers, gingers have historically been persecuted. You understand that, right? There's a reason why there's like all these redhead stepchild comments and all this other shit.
Witches with a red hair.
Yeah, witches, vampires. They were,
soulless.
On the plus side, sometimes we were sold for more money because we were redheads. So there is that. Sometimes we sold for more money.
We once the redhead.
I guess I should be celebrating that people like me were sold. I mean, I guess it was one group is being sold, that matters, but the other group doesn't. It's like just traditionally speaking, historically speaking, redheads haven't exactly been treated the best.
That is true. That's
centuries.
Verifiable. And now we got it's okay to hate gingers. For some reason, it's totally okay. They're talking about fat phobia now. You're not allowed to make fun of people who are heavier. All these other phobic, but it's okay to celebrate gingers being erased because they don't have souls anyway. So
right, yeah. I mean, do you understand the hypocrisy that you are spreading?
No.
I mean, just go start appropriating some characters that aren't redheads for a while.
All right, so we got to give a hat tip to Data Racer 117 who compiled a.
This is gonna make me mad. I know what it is.
It's gonna make you furious.
Did you read them?
I read some of them.
Oh
yes.
my god, I'm so mad I could cry. I'm so angry.
So not just black. Well, I can't say black woman. Black person who is they them. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, making sure he respects pronouns, which we do, unless somebody's a complete douchebag. Unless you're a complete douchebag.
Even then, I still try to respect pronouns. Yeah, we try to.
And so nobody gives us fist bumps for that. But
no,
I actually re-recorded entire fucking cartoon video because I went through and I was talking about a character designer on a show, and I didn't realize the character designer identified as non-binary, and I kept calling them she throughout the whole thing. I re-recorded the whole video.
Right, just be respectful because you might not agree with respecting pronouns, but we do. We try to respect people because we, unlike what Twitter tells you, are not against anybody different than us. We're against this kind of bullshit and hypocrisy.
Yeah. So, Data Racer 117 compiled this. Here we go. There's how it starts. This is Cyclone in the comics. Ready to rumble. Pleasure to officially welcome Quintessa Swindle to our Black Adam cast. They'll be taking on the role of Cyclone. Can't wait to work with them. And we ready to rumble in the DC jungle. Now, is Cyclone going to be non-binary now, or is Cyclone still going to be female?
That's because the actor is non-binary. Doesn't mean the character's going to be.
Well, I kind of want, and we talked about this with Paige, with Elliot Page. Mm-hmm. The Elliot Page is making sure Elliot Page is non-binary. So I have to wonder, is that like, so you can pick from roles of both gender, or what's the deal here? Anyway, here we go.
Well, I mean, her hair is really cool, and she's pretty. Or sorry, they are pretty, and their hair is really cool. But why can't they just dye the hair red?
Well, maybe they will.
I mean, I'll even be okay with that if you just give these people that you're replacing redheads with red hair. Okay, cool. Give them red hair, and then still we have redheads. It's not the same thing, of course, obviously, but at least it's a little better than completely, race bending them and losing their red hair completely.
All right, so I want you to know I love you.
Why am I gonna?
This is the part where Geeky's gonna lose her shit. I'm gonna read some of these tweets, and you're probably gonna want to react to every one of them, but I'm gonna try to get through them all because they're incredibly bigoted.
It is bigoted.
And incredibly, again.
What did I ever do to any of these people? What did redheads ever do to you people?
You're born white.
But I mentioned too that part of my DNA is African.
That is true.
I'm actually less white than Kneon.
Yeah, that's true. You'd never know it though.
Yeah, I'm very pale.
Everybody thinks I'm black.
I'm very pale, and he's not. But I am actually African as well as some other things, mostly German actually. I'm sure there's gonna be some comments made about that. But I'm getting mad. I'm getting so visibly mad I could cry because it's like, what the hell did me and my kids ever do to you? What the hell, other redheads? What did I ever do that deserves let's celebrate the fact that we're erasing redheads? And it's like you why?
And gingers, again, just to point this out again. Gingers have historically been persecuted. They've been seen as bad luck. They've been centuries.
Long before people were brought over here as slaves, redheads have been persecuted and sold as slaves as well. I'm not saying I'm comparing the two. I'm just like, if you want to go there, there's a history there too.
All right. So I haven't even read the tweets yet.
I'm so mad I could cry already.
You're gonna be real mad. White redheads will never win, and I just love that.
Fuck you.
Yes, race bend them gingers.
Fuck you.
Racist to the back again.
Fuck you.
They lose every single time.
Fuck you.
diversity, you love to see it.
No, you don't.
You don't?
No, you don't love diversity. So, double fuck you.
We got another ginger.
Fuckity fuck you.
Black women stealing roles from white women. I love to see it.
But even when they have redheads, they don't even cast the real redhead actresses anymore. They're gonna dye their hair red. So fuckity fuck you. Sorry, Mom, but I think you'll back me on this one.
For people that are wondering, Quintessa goes by they, them.
That's okay, fine,
whatever.
that's fine.
Soon there will be no redheads left. Nature is healing.
Again, fuck you! What the fuck did I ever do to you? What the fuck did redheads ever do to you? Nature's healing what? You know, usually if you have something that's going extinct, or you know, even though technically it's not, by the way, you know, you do what you can to you know, protect it. Redheads have done nothing to you, and the dumbasses, you do understand that redheads do come in other races besides white, right? You understand that, right?
That's another white character I can move to the N-word column. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that version of it. I love it. I'm trying to catch all of them like Pokemon.
Fuck you.
Another redhead secured.
Fuck you.
Another ginger gone. Perfect.
Fuckity fuck you.
Redheads love to think they're oppressed.
Well, because we are. Well, actually, you know what? I would argue. 2 years ago, I would argue that you were right, that we're not. But what the hell? Literally, what the hell? Then you have all these people on Twitter making these comments, and you tell me, if you switch this out with any other thing, oh, I'm so glad that black person lost the role to a redhead, and the people said that's oppression, how very dare they? Representation matters. You know, take any of these things out and switch it with what you identify as, and then you tell me that it's not oppression. Fuck you.
It's like Winx Club.
Oh yeah, that's what I want. Yeah. Okay, you know what? We need more of that, I guess.
We need more Winx Club.
I was standing up for the fact that they were right. The Winx Club shouldn't have taken diverse characters and made them white.
We got another redhead in the bag, and they got people celebrating.
Because, you know, again, all redheads aren't white people, dumbass.
The N-word taking redheads' agenda is back again. The racist gonna be mad. The Rock respects pronouns.
So do we, dumbass.
Yeah, they're talking about the pronouns now. That was the.
I have no problem with the pronouns. I honestly don't have problems with them occasionally changing characters that they're redheads into characters that aren't redheads. I mean, I don't understand why you can't just dye their hair red. I mean, what's the problem there? Or just give them, you know, it's not that hard. But I do have a problem with this attitude. This attitude on Twitter is insulting. If I would ever talk about any of you people like the way you're talking about people like me, well, I think there's a difference. I would never do that. That's the difference. Because I have, like, you know, I respect other people and I have class, even though I keep using the F word, so I'm sorry about that, Mom. But in this situation, I am genuinely mad. Because it's like, you can sit there and make these comments. I would never say anything like that about you, ever. Yeah. Oh, good, yeah, we need to suppress more black people, hooray. I would never say that. Fuck you.
So this has been going on for a while. It's actually become kind of I have to wonder if the casting agents, if this isn't like a game to them, because they've been talking about it for 4 or 5 years now, how so many redhead characters, if they're going to race bend a white character 95% of the time.
Right, why can't they just race bend some other people?
It's usually a ginger.
And, you know, historically, I've always, you know, when early on, like, they're making Andy black. I didn't care. Oh, they made Iris black. I didn't care. You know, I didn't care. But because of the attitude on Twitter and because the way it's becoming now, it's becoming more and more obvious that it's deliberate, I care. Because you know what? At the end of the day, there's very few redheads in the world. Sorry if you don't like it. And you know what? They're not all white. Educate yourself. So there you go. I'll use your shit back on you. Educate yourself.
Educate yourself. So yeah, of course, there was a lot of cheering when Zendaya became Mary Jane, but she didn't. She's MJ, but she's not technically Mary Jane, because I have to wonder if there isn't something in the fine print in the like the Disney character guide. They've got guides for all the characters, and I remember that's why people were pissed off that Peter Parker had to be a white kid, a straight white kid, because that's what was in the book. And I wonder if there were rules about Mary Jane too, that this is who Mary Jane is. If you're going to cast Mary Jane, she's got to be a white redhead. So they're like, well, we're going to do an MJ, but we're going to make sure it's like, was it Michelle Jones? That's what it stands for. But of course, you know, outlets like the Mary Sue, 5 more redhead roles for Zendaya to snatch from haters.
Well, see, I didn't think if she dyed her hair red for the parts. I mean, that's, I guess, what makes me mad. I don't really care if they dye their hair red because, I mean, contrary to people say, you can be different races and have red hair. I don't don't care about that. As long as they're still putting redheads in there. I mean, I'm not as, I mean, it bothers me a little bit, but I'm not as upset about it. But the attitude behind it is what upsets me. The intention. Because I often say, you know, people say things and they get all bent out of shape about it, like, you know, oh, cultural appropriation, all this other stuff. And I'm like, what's the intention? Intention matters. If the intention is to be a dick, that's one thing. If the intention is because you respect it and you appreciate something and you really want it to you know, be part of that, that's different. Intention matters. If they wanted to have a character that is a different, you know, race, but they still have the red hair and they still try to keep it the character, that's okay. I mean, it's not as bad. But if your intention is like this attitude people have on Twitter, intention matters.
Yeah. You're basically talking about, you know, because not all white people are the same. That's like, you know, I love it. I love it when people get upset, like, all Asians are the same. It's like, no, they're not. It's, you know, China and Japan and, you know, all these other countries and stuff. And you need to be more specific. It's like, well, genetically, not all white people are the same either. They come from different places around the globe. We were
just talking about that yesterday where they're talking about Henry Golding being a Snake Eyes. And it's like, you know, they have him in Crazy Rich Asians. He's like a Singapore and his family's Chinese. And then he's going to be playing a Japanese character in Snake Eyes because, you know, you're not allowed ninja. Has to be an Asian guy. And I'm like, well, you know, it's very stereotypical.
Well, yeah, because basically what's going on is we have all this nuance in, you know, people's origins, what country they come from, what their genetics are, until you get to white folks, and it's just white.
Yeah, you're just white.
You're just vanilla.
And actually, there's a lot of people who have been commenting on our videos. They're not even white. Because they're lighter skinned, they automatically are labeled as white people.
Yeah, I mean, but you look at Scandinavians and other Europeans aren't exactly the same. There's some differences there.
They do the same thing as mixed race, right?
Yeah, she is. Actually, yeah, why do people forget that? I think her mom's white and her dad's black. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
one of her parents is white, her parents is black, you know?
But
she actually could have had red hair.
She could have. You know, again, with The Little Mermaid, there was a controversy too, because Ariel's one of the best known redhead characters. And, you know,
Now, they did go after Tinkerbell and they made her black, but she's at least blonde.
That's true.
So at least they changed the blonde character for once.
That is true. So, yeah, you know, I think that's the thing. Like, you know, it does seem like
this attitude is what is upsetting. It seems like there's a concerted effort. If anybody made a concerted effort to erase any kind of, you know, type of person, other type of person, that would be how dare you? Why
that'd be a hate crime.
You'd be a hate crime. Yeah. But trying to erase redheads is like a high five. And, you know, yeah, a lot of the redheads are white, but a lot of them are. There's several that aren't. And genetically speaking, redheads are different. And, you know, you're erasing people and you're being hurtful about it. And it's like no one else is allowed to say the same thing to you. Intention matters. And if your intention is to be like these people on Twitter, fuck you. If your intention, you know, because if you were literally about, you know, making sure that there was inclusion and diversity and that we represented more types of people, you wouldn't be erasing all the redheads just to make them black. And that's basically what you're doing. And I'm sorry, you can call me racist if you want to. I'm not. You are. If you're thinking this is okay, that makes you the racist, not me. Because there actually are terms that about what you're doing that are Islamophobic terms. They have names for them, and you fall into these categories.
Yep, you Googled
you
it.
Islamphobes.
Islamphobes. So we're going to wrap this one up?
Yep.
All right, another one down, guys. I hope you're happy. Are you okay? Okay, we're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.